Good day, everybody. My name is Amy with Fairy Godmother Craft, and today I have a tutorial to share with you. In my last video, I showed you my Mariana faith book, and so today we're going to go over how I made the pages for the book, and then I will do a second tutorial on how I did the cover. So in this book, you have it opens up and there are 2 pages. Each of the pages is the same. So I'm going to show you how to make those pages. And then in the next video, I'll tell you the sizes for the chipboard. And then I'll show you the construction for this pocket. And then also for the waterfall flaps in the back. All right, so let me get started. So in this book, each page is the same, so there's 2 pages. So you have this front flap that pulls out of the center, and on the front of that flap is 2 pockets. It's a little hard to see with this color, but so there's 2 pockets, one for this longer tag and then one for a shorter tag. And then on the inside, there is a short pocket, and then there are some photo mats that go in there. And then when you turn the page, you have this bigger flap for photos, and then you have an angled pocket here, and then there is this trifold little photo mat that goes in there. So let's get to how we make that. So we're going to start off first with the base page. So the base page is made from a piece that is 8 1/4 inch by 6 1/4 inch. You'll need 2 of these. And then you will also need a piece that is 9 1/4 by 6 1/4. You'll need 2 of those, and you're going to score them at a 1/2 inch on either side. And then we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish those edges. Let me grab my bone folder. Go ahead and burnish those down really good. And then to put them together, I am using my art glitter glue. But you can use whichever glue you like, or if you would rather do tape, that's fine too, however you like to keep your books together. And I'm going to put some glue here on the one side. And I am going to line my bottom up and make sure it's all straight. And I'm going to burnish that side. And I'm going to put glue on this side. And I'm going to glue that down. And there we have it, our base page. And it does have the pocket there to put onto your hinge, and then to also have your pocket piece that comes out. So on the front of the page, we have a couple things going on. Let me bring out my pieces. So for the front, you're going to need 1 piece. Well, you're going to need 2 because you have 2 pages. So an 8 1/2 by 11, or an 8 by 11 inch sheet scored at 5 3/4 inch. You'll need 2 of those, and then you'll need 2 pieces that are 6 1/4 inch by 2 1/2 inch. We're going to score those at 1/2 inch on either side, and then we're going to cut out these angled pieces to for that top pocket. And that's for the flap. This is the bottom pocket. You're going to need 2 pieces that are 6 1/4 by 3 1/2, scored at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. And then you're going to need 2 pieces that are 7 1/4 by 2 1/4, scored at 1/2 inch on 3 sides as well. And the reason you need 2 is because there's 2 pages. So that's why you need 2 of each one of these to make both pages. So on this piece here, we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish on our score line. This here, and right here. And now the shorter piece is what is going to go, is what's going to have our pockets on it. Okay, so right now we're just working on this insert piece before we get to the base page. So we're going to start with the bottom pocket, and we are going to miter these bottom corners. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish my score lines. And then for this piece, what I did is at the 1/2 inch mark, I made a line across, and then I just slightly angled in, and that's what's going to slide into the top half of your pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and cut across here and make that, and then do it on this side as well. In there. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish those score lines as well. So I'm going to bring back in my my pocket piece. I'm going to put glue on the bottom half of the pocket so that I can attach it. And I'm going to line it up with the bottom. And glue that down. I'm going to put some glue on the side flaps and get those glued down as well. Got that done. And then for this top one, it should fit, that piece should fit right into that pocket. So I'm going to put glue on the flaps of either side. And slide that in. And glue it down. Okay. All right, so now that part is done. Got my pockets, my 2 pockets, and my tuck. So now let's go to the front of the page. Again, I have a smaller pocket for the front, so I'm going to miter these corners on this pocket as well. And then I'm going to fold and burnish the score lines. Perhaps. Looks like I'm holding it funny. There we go. Now again, what I tend to do is I look at my page and I can see that on here I have a little bit of an overhang. So I'm just going to put my pocket on that, kind of disguise that, and that way I don't have to do any trimming of the paper. Glue on the bottom piece. I'm going to line that up. And burnish. And then put glue on the back half here, side flaps. And stick that down as well. Okay, so now you've got that part done, and that goes in there, and then that is how simple that first, the front side is. And I'm going to take this out to do the back side just because it'll be easier to work on it if it doesn't have that insert in there. So for the back page, we have a couple of pieces that we need. First, for the pocket, you're going to need a piece that is 7 1/4 by 5 inches. And we'll go over this in just a moment. So you'll need 2 pieces that are like that, scored at a 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Then you're going to need a piece that is 11 by 6 1/4. You're going to score this one at 2 1/2 and 6 7/8, and you'll need 2 of those, one for each page. And then you'll need a piece that is 6 1/2 by 8, scored at a 1/2 inch on the 6 1/2 inch side, and that is for the flap. So let me move some of this over. We're going to start with the flap. I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish and attach this flap. So you just need to make sure here's your front, here's your pocket, and when I turn the page, I want the flap to be on the right side. So I wrote upside down, but I think you guys are smart enough to understand what I'm talking about. So that's going to be upside down. But you just need to make sure that the flap is on the right side of the back. So I'm going to put glue on there, and then this piece here is slightly smaller than the page itself. So I'm just going to eyeball and center that in the center there, on that edge. And then go ahead and burnish that down. So now we've got that flap on there. Now let me put this aside for the pocket. So on the pocket, what I've done is I've measured 2 inches down from the top on the right side and marked across, because I'm going to cut to the score line at that 2 inch line. And then I took my ruler and I marked from that 2 inch up into the corner here of where my score line is. And I'm going to cut that out. My scissors go. So I'm going to miter the bottom corners. And then I'm going to cut at that 2 inch mark across to the score line, and then I'm going to cut at the angle up to the top left where that score line is now, just like that. Okay, so that has created my angle pocket. So I am going to fold and burnish my score lines. And then you'll notice that there's a little bit of overhang from my score line. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my scissors and trim to make that even with the front. You don't have the same problem over here, but if for some reason you did, you certainly could trim that as well. I do see I've got a little bit piece sticking here. Now, because I used a pencil to make this line, you may need to, if I can pardon my reach here, to erase your pencil line on there. All right, so I'm going to bring my page back in here, and this is going to go on the bottom here. You just need to make sure that you can still move your flap. So let's put some glue here on this bottom piece and glue it on like I glue. Usually do that bottom piece. I'm gonna even it out. Used a little bit extra glue on there, but it's okay. And Mabel's here. Don't mind Mabel. She wants outside. It's not going to happen. So now you're going to hear her scratching on the window. So I'm going to put glue here and here. Hello, Mabel. I need you to get off my desk. Move this up. Okay, so now I have that pocket done at that angle. I'm going to fold this and make sure that it still folds nicely. And there you have that. Let me move this aside. And then this last piece is that that pocket insert. Mabel, seriously. Oh, seriously. She'll be back, don't worry. So this is 11 by 6 1/4. Your new score again at 2 1/2 and 6 7/8. And I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish those. You really cannot have an easier insert than this. And for the book that I made, for this insert, I just used a pin to use as the closure, but you can certainly put magnets in there if you wanted to. So that is going to go in there. And then on the front, we're going to go ahead and slide our insert in. And then this is the side that will get glued onto our hinge. But so there you have it, how to create the pages in the Mariana Faith book. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for sharing some of your time with me. Be good and have a great day. And I'm going to let Mabel outside because that's what she wants. And I will see you in the next video where we will talk about the cover. Thanks.